here. Let me get it all set up so that we can get going, and then we'll talk about some fragrances, the ones that you saw in the thumbnail, obviously. Also, let me know what your scent of the day is so that we can get this rocking. One second. I just had to update my YouTube app, and it looks completely different than what I had before, so now I need to find where my live stream is. There we go. All right. So, how's everybody doing? I was on a live stream. So even though I wasn't live on my channel the last couple weeks, I was live on Dedrick Hicks Jr.'s channel. So if you want to check that out, we talked about a few fragrances I sent him. Then I was live on Ross TLTG's channel for a while. Hopefully that you guys are doing well. And then once we get some people in here, I'll talk about my scent of the day, all the fragrances we're going to be discussing. But I'm just happy to finally be back doing a live stream, all that stuff, because I was away for a while with COVID, as you guys probably know. Or if you don't, well, yeah, I had COVID. But anyway, hopefully that you guys are all doing well. I'm going to go through here and post this link if I can get to it. Well, give me 1 second. All right, there we go. What's going on, Sun Devil? How you doing, buddy? He said, scent of the day is Salvatore Ferragamo, Casual Life. I actually got that in, and I actually really liked it. What's going on, Newt? So I'm going to test Sun Devil's comment, because apparently there's something new now that I updated it. It says that I can pin something. Oh, it pins it in the chat. It's just... All right, I see how it is. All right. Remove. There we go. Oh, sorry, Sun Devil. Didn't mean to do that. But anyway, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to test something out. But yeah, anyway. What's going on, Dan Not to Man? How you doing? What's up, Newt? Boss Bottled Elixir is what Newt's wearing today. I was actually just talking with somebody about Boss Bottled Elixir. They were saying that they went into Macy's and they finally tried out the new Boss Bottled Elixir, and it said that there was too much incense. And so what I asked him is, did you try it on skin or did you try it on tester? Because if you try Boss Bottled Elixir on a tester, it is straight incense. And on skin, while it is more incense for sure, it's only more incense for about maybe 15 minutes, but it also has this amber vanilla backbone. And as you get further into the fragrance, 15, 20 minutes, it starts to get into what the full scent is. And I actually really like it. It still is situational, but I really do enjoy it. Welcome to Mo's. What's up, Mo? Dan's scent of the day is Sensual Obsessions King Andy. Nice. Never actually heard of that one before. I do have a few Sensual Obsessions that I got from, I believe it was Mike from I Smell, that I'm going to go over probably not this week, but a week or two from now. I do want to clear the air on something first, though. So my scent of the day today, I knew it was going to happen, but I posted it anyway. What's going on, JTS? So anytime that I post one of two fragrances as my scent of the day, people always say, I am no longer a member of your channel. I can't believe you're a shill, blah, 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 blah. And that happens to be Blue Atlas Atlantis, which that fragrance, if you find it at the right time, is $75. And to be honest with you, I really enjoy that fragrance. It's really nice. And this one, S-Boy. And I understand why people are mad about the fragrance. It was overhyped and people were talking about it for freaking ever. And it was usually the big channels who continue to talk about it, like Curly Fragrance. They're paid. They're paid a lot of money to post the videos to you. I made one video, a first impression, a full review, and then I didn't talk about it again for a year. And then I posted my scent of the day today, and I had people like, you're a shill, you're being paid by them. Well, if you guys didn't catch my live last year, whenever I did my thing about S-Boy, I showed you guys my emails between me and S-Boy. They sent me a bottle. I said, I'll only accept the bottle if you give me a discount code for my subscribers. If you have a discount code, you also have an affiliate commission attached to that. That's not my fault. That's just the way things work. And I told the guy that asked me today, I said, look, if you were a reviewer and somebody sent you a free bottle and you talk about that bottle based on your own opinions, which it's good, not worth the price at all. Completely understand that. But if you have the chance to give somebody who wants to try it a $35 discount, you're just not going to post it? I was like, because I posted it today and I gave you guys a $35 discount. Even though the price still sucks, I still posted it because that's what happens. So anyway, thanks to most of my subscribers who aren't idiots, but to the people who do come and say that, you're an idiot. So I got that bottle when I had 450 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure no one's going to pay somebody who has 450 subscribers. But anyway, I'm not doing like a video on it. I liked it and I wore it as my scent of the day today. Anyway, Mo's wearing orchid leather. I actually just had that decant out a second ago. I was moving my decants around and I was like, I got to take this out because I want to wear it this week. Orchid leather is Van Cleef and Arpels. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on Fragrance Net for like $75. Very beautiful fragrance with a very soft leather, not a strong leather that's in your face, and it is revolving around the note of plum. Very good fragrance. But what's going on, Eddie? How you doing, bud? For you guys who didn't know, I did a video last week, and I was talking about a few of the fragrances that Eddie sent me. He also sent me another one of the Azzaro Solisarmo line, Favignana, I believe. He sent me the full bottle of it, and so now I have two of that line. There's three of them. I still don't have Lavanzo. I need to find that, but they're very, very good fragrances for the price, which is, if you can find them, like $20 to $30. They have one that's green, one that's fruity, and one that's more of an ambery vanilla scent. How have you been? Oh, you're talking to Mo. All right, what's going on, Montrese? How you doing, buddy? Hope that your day is going fantastic. What's up, Mike? Mike is Fragrance Fraternity. Go follow him if you haven't. If you're offended by what a fragrance someone chooses to wear, you need to reevaluate your life. That's pretty much what I said to the person today. I was like, I ended what I said to him with, I hope that you think better of me and my channel later, because what you're coming to my channel and you're telling me you're going to unsubscribe because I'm wearing a fragrance that you don't like as my scent of the day is just complete trash. And honestly, I don't want you as my subscriber. I could lose 100 subscribers today for that reason, and I could give two shits, because if that's the reason you don't want to be subscribed to me, then I don't really care. Do you like Boss Bottled Magnetic more than Boss Bottled Elixir? Boss the Scent Magnetic. So Janesha, Boss the Scent Magnetic, it's in a completely different line. I do like it better than Boss Bottled Elixir, yes. They're two different styles of fragrance, though. The one is rolled by Maninka fruit, and then it has this Bran Absolute and the black vanilla husk. Very nice fragrance overall. It's unique. It's not something you smell it every day. In that line, I do like Private Accord just a tad better, but as far as wearability and stuff, it's better than Boss Bottled Elixir for sure. It's really quiet in here. I turned off all the fans and stuff, so it's so weird. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. Again, I didn't have a live stream for 3 weeks. I was on Ross's, Dedrick's, but I had COVID, so I couldn't smell anything. What's the point of doing a live stream if you can't smell anything? Unless I was just going to bullshit with you guys, but I wasn't feeling good, so what was the point in that? So thank you guys for sticking around and just watching the videos while I felt better. Hey, Mo, scent of the day. Oh, talking to Mo. All right. Got a few discontinued leather fragrances for winter. Polo Supreme leather. I heard that one's really good. Stronger With You leather. That one is good. And CH Men Privé. Right there. Right now, if you guys don't know, CH Men Privé is discontinued. But for the limited time, right now, it's on Fragrance Buy for $86, which is a really good deal for that. That is what I bought mine. I believe I bought it off Eddie. Not 100% sure on that, but yeah. Oh, and since I had COVID and I haven't talked to you guys since, I did open up channel membership. So I want to shout out my first member ever, which was Jafar. So thank you, Jafar. If you want to join the channel, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. They only give the join button for people who have desktops, or if you have more than like 30,000 subscribers. So I put a link in my description. If you want to click it and you want to join the channel, feel free. If you get to the first tier, you obviously will get the star and a shout out. But if you get to the next two tiers, you get into the designer and niche giveaways. Once we get up to 10 members, we'll start doing those giveaways, which PDMs, Initios, all that kind of stuff. Zerjoff, whatever it might be. But don't feel the need to. I just got the membership because one of my subscribers asked me to. Don't feel the need to join if you don't want to. It's good to see you, Randy. Glad you're feeling better. I am feeling better. My smell has gone back. It's almost about 90% better. Not 100%, but it's 90%. I have consistent dry mouth, though. I actually had to get a medicated mouthwash because I have consistent dry mouth ever since, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Even here, sitting talking to you, if you watch my videos for the last 2 weeks, you'll see I'm like licking my lips a lot. It's because of the fact that I have consistent dry mouth, and I don't understand it. Morning from Bangkok. It's 6:45 here. Nice. All across the world. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you. Janess, both are all... Oh, damn, looks like CHM Privé sold out. Ooh, it wasn't like 5 minutes ago, so you just missed it. So anyway, we're going to get into the fragrances we're going to talk about today. Again, let me know what your scent of the day is. Today I'm wearing S-Boy. It's kind of just like a fresh citrusy, but has a little bit of a warmth to it that has... Some people say it's like BR540 freshened up with citrus. It has a little bit of that vibe underneath, but it's way further dialed down. It has a little bit of this warm sweetness to it. It's good, but it's good for a designer, which it's not. So I wouldn't spend the price it's at right now. Even though I posted the link, I still wouldn't buy it for $195. I would not. But today we're talking about an update on Rasasi Hawas Ice. We are going to be talking about... I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to butcher it. It is Ishq, ISHQ, Al-Shariq, ALSUYUKH. It is a clone of YSL's Baby Cat. And then we're going to talk about this one, which is Cuban Tobacco by Alghabra. And it's ALGHABRA. I don't know how to say that name. I actually have had this for a while and I haven't talked about it. Nishane Ani. I want to talk about that as well and let you guys know what my thoughts are on it, even though I've had it for a while. And Parfums de Habdan, which I was sent by Hamzat, and then the other ones I were sent by Mo. And then this one I wanted to give you an update on, Stronger With You Amber, now that I wore it in the cool weather, to let you know what it smells like. But anyway, let's start out with Rasasi Hawas. Sucks Fragrance Fraternity, that price was legit. Yeah, it was legit. I'm wearing Jimmy Choo Man Ice. It's nice, but I have to spray it like 30 times to smell it. Yeah, it is nice. It does suck that you have to spray it that many times, but if you want one that lasts longer and it's like $70, Dior Cologne you can get on JOMASHOP, and it smells pretty much the same, higher quality, and just lasts longer. Not much longer, though. It's like 6 hours, 4 hours, somewhere in between there. Depends on how hot it is outside. Anyway, Rasasi Hawas Ice. This is a good fragrance for what it does. Is it redundant? Yes. So when it starts out, I thought it smelled like YSL myself, which it has a little vibe of it, which is like this kind of candied citrus, almost like Sweet Tarts. But the more I have worn it this week, the more it is a mix between Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct together. I almost said Fierce. First Instinct together, if you mix it together with the original Hawas. So the plum in this isn't as watery, even though there is a watery, slight aquaticness to the fragrance. It is a warmer plum mixed together with this bubblegum style citrus that comes out in the opening, mixed together with almost this like amber and tonka underneath that's really, really, really dialed down. But overall, the fragrance is revolving around the plum and in the opening, the citrus. As it gets into about 30 to 40 minutes, it becomes more of just a tart bubblegum style version of Hawas, which was already a slight bubblegum style aquatic anyway. So if you have Hawas, it is redundant to have. If you have First Instinct together, it is redundant to have. But if you don't have either of them, it's a good pickup. Is it a good pickup at the price it's at right now, which ever since I bought it at $60, it's gone up to, I think, like 80 or 90. I don't think it's a good price at that price point. I think that you should wait for it to come down to that $50, $40 price range, and then it would be a good pickup. And it's mass appealing. My wife likes it. It has a really good performance. It's above average for the first 4 hours, and then it comes to a personal bubble, not a skin scent. And the personal bubble is there for another 4 hours, and then it becomes closer to the skin. It doesn't really fully become a skin scent until almost like hour 10, which is crazy. So for that type of fragrance, it's really nice. I still prefer the original though. Let me know, have you guys tried it out? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think the same? I know Newt, who is one of my moderators, he said he feels the same way. It's like a mixture between those types of fragrances. And then after about 30 minutes, it's closer to Hawas, just with this like warm plum. That's the only difference. But anyway, what's up, Sandy? I was just talking to you a few minutes ago, so welcome back. Eddie, I haven't seen. Oh, Eddie, okay. Hawas Ice, the dry down smell like Spice Bomb Night Vision Eau de Toilette. I don't get that, Jim, but I can understand it's in that style. Again, for me, it's mostly. I thought it was myself, but it's First Instinct together that gave me that vibe. And I know it all depends on the weather too, because Jeff from SoCal Scents, he got the fragrance in and it was like 95 degrees and he wore it and he got a ton of mint, which I don't get that much mint. I get like a very, very, very tiny amount in the opening. He said he got a lot of it, and then in the dry down, he got a lot of tonka, and it was completely different. But then once he wore it in the cool one, it cooled down like 2 days later, and he wore it, and he said, "You're right." He said that mint isn't coming through. It's like Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together, mixed with Hawas with a warmer plum. That's the best way to describe the fragrance. If you are interested in that, then feel free to try it out. Interesting. So hyped up. Yeah. It was a very hyped up release, and you are going to see a lot of videos for it because, especially right now, you cannot blame reviewers because there hasn't been any releases outside of like one or two, which I actually want to talk to you guys about. I forgot until right now, this second. While I had COVID, I tried Gucci Guilty Elixir. I don't know what people the hell were talking about where they thought that I would like that fragrance. I tried it out in my Ulta, and I tried it on my skin, I tried it on paper, and then I went back and I tried it on my skin and paper. And this was when I got my nose back. It was when I got my scent back. And it does not smell like people thought. Like, I don't know. It's not a horrible smelling fragrance by any means. It's just some people are saying it's the greatest release of the year. I honestly don't like it. I won't pick it up. It reminded me of like in the same realm as that Versace fragrance. What's that Versace fragrance that's very florally and powdery? I said it the other day. I can't think of the name right now. Somebody say it in the chat. I can't remember. And then like slight vibes of the original Yop Homme. I get that. It's a very heavy, powdery floral, and it's not my style of fragrance. I will not wear it. I won't own it. It's not horrible by any means, but I can see why people who like powdery florals would like it. I'm not one of those. Why can't I think of that Versace? Versace Dreamer. Yeah. It's like a more modern version of Versace the Dreamer. It's not exact, obviously. It still has that Gucci Guilty DNA, but it's mixed together with a lot of that powdery floral like Versace the Dreamer. But it's not like I'm saying they smell alike. I'm saying it's that type of fragrance. But anyway, I would love to get a sample of Plum and Cognac. Plum and Cognac is a really good fragrance, and it's a very high quality fragrance, but it's a very simplistic fragrance. It legit is like plum and cognac and woods. There's some spice in there as well, and it's a very nice fragrance for what it does. I believe that Mo Hamzat and Newt also tried it, and they thought, similar to me, it was a really good fragrance, but I don't know when I would wear that. That's my opinion on it. I think it's good. I just won't buy a bottle because it's really expensive, and for what it does, I don't think I will own it. But it is one that's worth trying out, especially if you like plum. Plum has been in a lot of fragrances lately. I'm actually kind of happy about that. The Hawas Ice, the Initio Paragon. There was a couple other ones too. YSL Ultime is amazing. Yeah, I agree. Uh, I did a live stream a few weeks ago. Sent that to me, and I forgot what it smelled like, and I got that in, and it is the best YSL of any of those L'Homme La Nuit de L'Homme. It's the best one out of any of those. The ginger in that is absolutely amazing. Badea Oud bundle pack. Oud for Glory, Amethyst, and Sublime. I have tried Sublime, yes. Sublime is in my daughter's room. I gave it to my daughter to wear because I can't wear it right now because it's more of a spring and summer fruity fresh fragrance. Um, and it's good. It's like a nice fruit punch. It's not what I had expected. If you guys don't know, it is a clone of Kayali's Golden Apple or something apple. You can go to Sephora and try the Kayali's. It's just a really nice, almost like fruit punch style apple. Um, Very crisp, very juicy, fresh, bright, fruity, really nice. I didn't try the other two though. I am getting around to that though. Guerlain Ideal EDP isn't for me. It's not for a lot of people, to be honest with you. That cherry note in it, that powdery cherry, it comes off like a dark cherry. It's situational. It's like something that you would wear to almost like a wedding or something like that. But for me, I prefer the intense, the extreme. Those ones are the better versions of the line. Even the original. The EDP is way far down there for me. It also is a reason why I don't like Mancera's Tonka Cola, which I know a lot of people either really like that or really hate it. I am kind of in the middle. I don't think it's a bad scent. It's just I don't like that L'Homme EDP vibe that I get in the dry down. Um, Speaking of fragrances that I didn't like at one point in time, but now this one I do like. I got this in, and it's not that I hated it. It was one that I just thought didn't do much for me. Stronger with You Amber. I tried it in the spring, I believe when it came out, and I didn't think much of it. I still think that Absolutely is the best one in the line, and for me, number two was Oud. But after I wore this yesterday, Stronger with You Amber, it still is more of an amber, lavender, vanilla scent that is um, kind of like what Stronger with You is, Emporio Armani is doing, kind of like their version of Grand Soir. It doesn't smell like Grand Soir. It's just they were doing that amber, vanilla, lavender, mixing it together with that Stronger with You DNA, kind of like that Stronger with You vanilla, some spice. There's definitely like a little bit of cinnamon or something in this fragrance. But Stronger with You Amber, I wore it yesterday and I sprayed it on my hand right now, and it's actually quite a beautiful fragrance. So I know Newt will be really happy to hear that because I really do enjoy it. And I know the last time I saw the price, it was like $140. Would I pay that? No, but I'm not going to discount it to say that I will never buy it because I actually do quite like it. I would say that the first time I reviewed it, it was like a 7 or a 7.5. I'm going to move it up to an 8 now. I actually quite enjoy that fragrance, and I will get some use out of it. That's a steal, Patrick. I got my all team for what? $80 is amazing. What's up, Crimson? How you doing? I kind of want to buy Burberry London for the cool. It's really actually pretty nice. Um, don't pick it up from the cap. Burberry London. It smells kind of like CK Shock if you mix it together with a Christmas tree. It's a really nice fragrance for the fall and winter. I really enjoy it. It has almost this little piney accord to it. It's ambery, has a sweetness to it. Burberry London, and you can find it for like 25, $26. So I would definitely pick that up if you can. Bottle is really ugly, and it feels really cheap because of that Burberry stuff on the outside, but I like it. I think it's definitely a good fragrance that you can wear. A good cheapie. I love Zara Warm Black. You got to check it out if you haven't. Are you talking to me? You're talking to Sniff Snob. Any Zara perfume recently? Stuff you think you should check out? Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't reach it right now, but I'm going to second off of what he said. Zara's Warm Black. It is kind of like their version of Tobacco Vanille. If you haven't tried that, then I can't help you, but it's like tobacco, vanilla, spices, and then it has a little bit of this kind of like leathery accord to it. Warm black is actually nice. It's not as high quality as you would get from Tobacco Vanille, but if you hold out and you go on their website, they have a 2-pack. It is a large size version of warm black and a large size version of navy black. And you can get them together for $25. They're not always in stock, but if you put a like remind me thing on there, it usually comes back in stock every couple weeks. But navy black and warm black are very good fragrance. Warm black's really good. Navy black's just okay. But for $25, you can't beat it. Do you like tobacco vanilla scents? Oh, yeah. I have Amethyst, and I really want to try Honor and Glory. I heard that one was good. Sublime is good, Eddie, if you like tropical punch. It's a lot of apple. So if you like a crisp red Granny Smith apple, then you'll like that fragrance. It's definitely unisex through and through. I mean, I gave it to my daughter. She's wearing it. So I haven't tried any of the other ones, though. I'm looking to pick up the new fragrance, or at least grab a sample first. My favorite winter frags right now: Angel Share, Naxos, Vertus Vanilla Oud, Apple Brandy on the Rocks. Have you tried any Parfums de Marly? Because I see Angel Share, I see Naxos, I see Vertus Vanilla Oud, Apple Brandy on the Rocks. If you're looking for something in that realm, you could go with something like Parfums de Marly Oajan, Oajan. It has that Angel Share style where it is like a warm cinnamon, but this one is more like a warm cinnamon pie. It's resinous, and then it has an oriental spice around it. You could always go with, if you like any type of tobacco scents, you can go with Zaharoff's Signature Tobacco. That's a really good scent. You could go with Parfums de Marly Herod. Those ones are really nice. Xerjoff also has something like Uden, which is made for pretty much any season. It's like a mix between Allure Homme Edition Blanche. If you mix it together with like a warm coffee, spice, woods, and a little bit of booze, that's a really nice fragrance as well. Nishane has some, but I don't want to really go through Nishanes because I still want to get more into Fan Your Flames and 100 Silent Ways before I talk about them, if you know what I mean. When I'm in New York, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. It does have some sort of leather accord, Randy. Maybe that's why I love it so much. Yeah, it does have leather accord. I don't know if it's leather or if it's some kind of like, I can't think of the damn name right now. Why can't I think of the name? I do this all the time during lives. When I think of a note or what I want to say, and then it's just I draw a blank because I'm also trying to read and think about what fragrance I want to do next. But it's something that smells like leather, and I just I can't remember what it is. I love Naxos. It's weird because I hated it on paper. So Naxos is, I think it's overhyped. I think it's a really good fragrance. Don't get me wrong. I'm buying a bottle and I'm going to wear it. But I think that for the type of fragrance that it is overhyped. I think that people are making it seem like it's one of the best fragrances that you can buy, where in actual reality, I have found that when you wear that style of fragrance, that tobacco and honey and amber, women actually don't enjoy it as much as a lot of guys think they do. I found the Pure Havans of the world and Xerjoff Naxos, they don't get the types of compliments that people say they do. Even though to me they smell great, they're more of a like a personal enjoyment scent for men than an actual casual wear out and on a date or whatnot. Even though they do smell good and I think you can get away with it, I'm just saying I don't think it's all it's hyped up to be. Even though I really like it. Don't take it the wrong way. Mouth is so fucking dry. What's your favorite Givenchy gentleman? Well, Mo, Hamzat, and Newt can answer that for me because we did a video the other day, and I can say, I'll just answer it. Givenchy Gentleman Boise is by far, and I mean, it's not even close, my favorite Givenchy Gentleman fragrance. I don't like Reserve Privé because you guys know I'm not a huge fan of the Givenchy Gentleman line. In general, like I like the Eau de Toilette Intense. It's an easy wear. But the Boise for me is my favorite. It's also all three of my moderators' favorites from that line. It's just, it dials down that iris and it does something different. It has that chocolatey vibe and a little bit of this bubblegum sweetness, but it's dialed down and blended so very nicely. And then it has some spice and everything. It's really good. With that said, if we're talking about Givenchy Gentleman and even their extended lines, you need to check out Givenchy Gentleman Casual Chic. It's Givenchy Gentleman only Casual Chic. It is a nice, it's almost like Lacoste Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche. It's like that pickled ginger, citrus, ambroxany style fragrance. It's a really, really nice fragrance that I think you should try out. Those are my two favorite Givenchy fragrances. Yeah, I know a lot of people say Reserve Privé. It's just, I personally don't like Reserve Privé. I don't hate it. I just don't. It's not my favorite. I would put number one as Boisé. Number two is the Eau de Toilette Intense for that line specific. Is L'Homme Ultime still in production? No, it is not, Eddie. You can find it online sometimes for like $120 usually, and that is worth the price. It is definitely worth the price, but you'll find it like that, maybe hit or miss. But if you can find it still, it's really good. That and L'Homme Libre are the two best in the line. You're right, Rainey. I think girls think it smells feminine, but I don't care. I still love it. Yeah, I agree. My wife said I would like that more on a woman. And what's weird is that there's a similar clone, Rain Tradition Insurrection 2 Wild, that she actually does like, which is weird because to me, they're in that same exact vein. When I have a dry mouth, beer is probably not the best thing to drink. Anyway, so let's get into the next one. I just keep beating around the bush. But the next one we're going to try is one that I know Hamzat, Wakila Kamikaze. I know he has always enjoyed this fragrance, and he always tried to get me to enjoy it. He sent me a very small decant last year, and I forget how it smells. So I'm going to try out again. Parfums de Marly Habdan. Yeah, it's fall in a bottle. It is, there's saffron hits you square in the face with some apple. Um, right off the top, it smells like if you mix together a slight bit of rose with this kind of candied apple. I sprayed it on my skin the other day for a minute and I didn't get this. So beware, it might smell different on skin, but I have a lot of shit on my hands right now. So I can't spray it on and I'm wearing a hoodie, so I'm gonna roll up my sleeve and try it out. I just want to see if there is a major difference on skin. No, I'm gonna buy a bottle of this. I am definitely gonna buy a bottle of it. Parfums de Marly Habdan, and this is definitely fall in a bottle. It has a nice sweet and spiciness that you get from that saffron. You get a slight bit of floral tone in there, more in the opening though. It's this rose. The rose mixes in, and I usually don't like rose, but the rose in this is actually kind of nicely blended. And then it's almost like a candied apple mixed together with like that sweet and spiciness and some rose. I'm gonna revisit it when we get to the dry down, but I think that's definitely a worthy purchase. Yeah, it's not a heavy rose though, Eddie. The rose is there, and I remember the other day when I sprayed it on, the floral tone on skin is heavier for the first like 10 minutes, but then as it dissipates, that rose accord goes away, and then you're left with more of an ambery. I think there's a little bit of vanilla in this as well, mixed together with that candied apple. It's more of a spicy, fruity scent that has a slight vintagey tone, but I really do enjoy this. This is fall centric though. There is no other season that you can be wearing this in my opinion though. I know that Hamzat likes to wear it in the spring, if I could be correct. I honestly don't. I don't want to speak for him, but I think that's what he said. But it's really good. I'd probably give that an 8 to an 8.5. I have to wait for the dry down though. Just based on the opening, I'm going to give it an 8. I very much prefer Habdan to Wajan. So I'll give you guys, so I sold my Wajan. I had it, and then one of my subscribers sent me a shit ton of decants, and they sent me a 10 milliliter decant of Wajan. And I was like, I only wear this fragrance on very specific occasions. So I sold my bottle away and I kept the decant. Um, Not because I don't like it, but it last year when I first got it, to me it was my favorite Parfums de Marly. But then that was very short lived, and then it became like my third or fourth favorite. Still good, still in my top 5 PDMs, which is a good thing to say. But it's no longer my number one. It's that like that Oriental spice that comes through that I just don't know about. Like if I love it or if I just like it. Um, what's up, Ultra Supra? I didn't see you in there until now. Habdan over Wajan. I would say Habdan is over Wajan. Um, if this opening continues into the dry down, I would have to give that a yes. Just because I know the way that I smelled Wajan last time, it wasn't really 100% my thing. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it just macerated and then matured into that. But that spice, the Oriental spice, really just it took it down for me, which is still a like. It's probably still a 7.5 or so. But just based on this smell right now, I would say yes. It's probably right there with it. Still nothing that is going to break the bank. Do not buy it retail. Do not buy it on like a non-JOMASHOP fragrance buy sale because there's no need to do that. This is a fragrance that I would probably pay about 160 bucks for it at max. I think that would be a good price. The apple's coming through a little bit stronger now too. Habdan was originally a pass for me. You bought a sample and improved dramatically over time. That's pretty much what it's doing right now for me. I want a full bottle. Still prefer Wajan though. See, I'll have to get my Wajan out. The last time I smelled it, I think it was 2 months ago. Whenever I told my moderators, but I have a thing, and I don't know what it is. It's been a lot for me lately too. And I'll just tell you guys a few things that's happened to me lately. I found out that some fragrances that are for the more cool weather, they really suck for me during the warm weather. Or they're just like okay. And then when the cool weather comes, I decide, hey, I actually don't like those fragrances. For instance, this one. I originally disliked it. Then I really liked it. But even though I still like the scent, I'm never personally going to wear this because I don't like elixir style scents. I know that's weird to hear from a fragrance person, but I am almost 40 years old. I'm not going to be wearing something that is going to be filling a room. I do not like to be the scent of attention, if that makes sense. I'm not going to be the scent of attention. I want people to be able to walk past me within a 3 foot distance and say, hey, that guy smells good. But I don't want somebody on the other side of the room be like, ooh, what the hell is that? I don't want that. It's not my way. It's not my style of fragrance. So for me, while this smells good, when the cool weather came, I was hoping that it would be less strong, but it actually was a lot stronger. So it's one that I'm probably going to end up selling or keeping just so I can do reviews saying how it does smell good. It's just I can't wear it. It's the same thing with Invictus Victory Elixir. I really like that smell. I actually got like the most compliments in a 2-day period from that fragrance, but I can't wear it because my wife, I sprayed it once on my hand when we went to PF Chang's, and she said, take that off, please wash your hands. I'm begging you because it smells way too strong. It's burning my nose. And I agree. I could smell it everywhere I went, and it was only one spray in my hand. And so I couldn't wear it. Is Louis Vuitton Imagination worth I don't think any Louis Vuittons are worth the hype. $300 for a fragrance, and while most of them are based around 3 notes, I think that they smell great. Imagination smells great. Afternoon Swim smells great. Pacific Chill smells great. I do not personally think that you should pay $300 for a fragrance of any kind. Um, I don't think that there's a fragrance out there that deserves a $300 price tag for me to actually spend that and wear it. I'm different though. I told my wife when I started my channel I would not spend over $250 on any fragrance whatsoever. That was the one deal we made. And so I'm not spending that. But with that said, they smell good. But for me, Afternoon Swim, it smells like orange and a couple other things. Pacific Chill smells like peach and apricot mixed together with like musk. But they smell very natural and very good. And Imagination is no different. It's just I don't spend $300 on a fragrance. So for me, it's not worth the hype. As far as the scent, though, the scent itself. If there was no price tag around it, yes, it's worth the. I mean, it's a good scent. Luckily, a friend of mine was clearing out his collection and gave me a vintage bottle of Habdan, and holy F, it's amazing. Current formulation is noticeably weaker. Well, that sucks. I wasn't thinking about that because if you buy a Parfums de Marly fragrance now on retail or from anybody who's going strictly from Parfums de Marly's distributor, then you're going to be stuck with their new shitty formulations. And I know that Leighton hasn't been hit with it yet because I smelled it the other day and it's the same. And I know that Herod hasn't been hit with it. And I know that Carlisle hasn't been hit with it, but that's also because I heard Carlisle is going to be discontinued. That's the rumor in the grapevine from a Parfums de Marly person that Carlisle is going to be hitting the chopping block soon, along with this other one like Darcy or something like that. Apparently, both of them are being taken away. What the fuck? Diabetes in a bottle. It's not as gourmand as you would expect, and it's not as sweet as a lot of other fragrances that are out there. But if you're talking about Habdan, if you're talking about this, yes, it is diabetes in a bottle. But this is definitely worth it. As it dries, that rose starts to simmer into the background. You get a little bit of woods and spice mixed together with that saffron, which is front and center still, and the apple. It's like a candied apple. It's not like the candied apple you'd get from Valentino Coral Fantasy, where it's almost like a synthetic apple. This one actually feels like it's a natural Granny Smith apple with some kind of like caramel or something. It reminds me of, yes, the caramel part would be more synthetic, but they're blending natural. They're blending here to make it feel like it's natural. Very beautiful scent. I need to get my wife's opinion on it, but I'm going to be doing a full review on Habdan this week. I've just decided that right now. Do you know if Chanel is bringing out any new designers this year? So Danny Cranberry, that's a good question because earlier in the year, a few of us reviewers heard from Chanel reps. I heard from mine, but mine are just a Macy's Chanel rep. But then Jeff heard it from a Chanel rep at the Chanel boutique that there was going to be a new release coming out this fall. That's what they said, and they couldn't confirm anything except for it wasn't a Bleu de Chanel. They said there is no Bleu de Chanel. They said we're not going to be doing an elixir because we don't follow people. We are the ones that they follow, which is stupid because, you can make a lot of money with an elixir. But with that said, he went back and he asked them again about a month ago, and they are so tight-lipped that they won't say anything. So it could come out now. It could come out in 2024. There might not be a new release at all anymore. I honestly have no idea. I was just going by the things that I heard, and from what I heard, it was promising. It was supposed to come out this fall, and we might get notification of it next week because Chanel just released their pre-release info for the women's Chanel fragrance. So with that said, if they're doing the women's now, I don't see why the men's wouldn't be right around the corner. And then we also have to look at the fact that Dior partnered with Francis Kirkjohn, and they haven't released anything yet. And he was brought on specifically for the men's line. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a new Dior in the next 4 or 5 months as well. That's interesting to hear. Are you saying that in your experience, the current lower concentration Herod Carlisle are still comparable to pre-reformulation stuff? Well, when I went to my local Nordstrom's, the current batch code for Herod and Leighton was 7 months ago before they even bought out Parfums de Marly. So there was no newer batch codes of those fragrances. So again, there could be reformulations out there, but based on the reformulations that I smelled in Nordstrom's, it was like 4 weeks ago, they smelled and lasted on my skin just as long as the ones that I own right above my head, which is, for me, on skin between 7 to 9 hours for the both of them. I love Harad. Harad is my favorite. If you guys didn't already know that, Herod. I say Herod and Harad because some people say it the other way, but it's Herod. Um, yeah, that's my favorite PDM. My second favorite PDM is Leighton. Third is Sedley. Fourth is Percival, and now fifth is either Habdan or Wajan. I also like Carlisle, but I find it very situational for myself, and my wife doesn't like it, so I have to put that at sixth. Outside of that, there's really no other fragrances from PDM House that I like enough to buy a bottle, but I also haven't tried Galloway or Godolphin. So those are still on the I don't know list. You know what I want to try? I want to try Roja Parfums Isola Blue. I'm going to buy a decant of that soon, unless somebody wants to send me a decant. But I need to buy a decant of that. I have never tried it, and I've heard really good things. And I'm glad that I was talking about the PDMs because it reminded me of Roja. And I need to buy Isola Blue because I've heard that is really good. A decant. You always want to try before you buy with the heavier fragrance, with the expensive fragrances. You have 15 PDMs, Sandy. That's crazy. Somebody asked me the other day, hey, can you do a top 5 fall niche? I said, yeah, if you want me to use all my fall niche fragrances. I was like, I started collecting niche when I started my channel. The only 2 fragrances that I had that were niche fragrances when I started my channel were Tobacco Vanille and Aventus, which is what I had before that. My first niche fragrance when I started my channel was Sedley. Then I have like 24, maybe 25 niche fragrances as the number is growing. But I started my channel like a year and a little bit ago. And I started actually buying niche for reviewing since then. I had a lot of designers and indies and clones back then. But as of right now, I don't know if I could even formulate a list. They also asked me, so moderators, Newt, Hamzat, and Newt, Hamzat, and Mo. They also asked if you guys wanted to do a video of your top 5 niche because you already did your designers. So if you guys want to do that, text me, let me know, and I will do it. Patrick, I like Oceana, just stupid expensive. Yeah, a lot of those are freaking expensive. I was counting on the new Chanel fragrance. You still might get it, Sandy. Who knows? I mean, we have no idea. The last release was what? Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, and that was 2011. And then they had the Parfum, which I don't remember when that was released, but and that was like, they haven't had a release since like 2016, 2015. I don't remember. It was a long time, but as far as like a new line, I think it was 2011, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I said Newt, Hamzat, and Note. But I put Mo and Newt together, and it was Note. I don't know why my mind did that. Love Godolphin, fantastic leather scent. That's why I didn't try it, because I'm not the biggest fan of leather. But this year was the year of the leather for me. I have really gotten into more leathery scents. The more I'm trying fragrances that are leather-based, the more I'm getting to understand. Like, I originally disliked Tom Ford's ombre leather, and I actually own a bottle now. So that's the fun of being in the fragrance community. You never know what's going to happen with fragrances. You never know how your scent is going to change, how your perception of scents is going to change. And mine has just been growing, maturing, and evolving over the last year and a half, mostly because of you guys sending me a bunch of shit. I mean, look at this. I don't want to spill it, but this is just one of my 9 things of decants. I have 9 of these. I have to use Olive Garden trays to put them in because I have so many. Literally, it's nuts. And like I feel like I have to go through and try like 10 of them a week, or else I feel bad for not. I did the same too. Tom Ford ombre leather changed my perception of leather. That's exactly what it did for me. Spoiled. What's spoiled? Randy, you need to sample OL16 private blend. You all fall in love with leather. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm spoiled with all the decants. Yeah, that's 100% true. Ombre leather is addictive. It sure is now. And they were supposed to be coming out with the Eau de Toilette, which makes no sense, but I don't know when that... All I know is that every release that the person that tells me, so the owner of iFragrance Official, kind of a douche, a little bit. But with that said, he gave me a bunch of information earlier this year when we were actually talking, and um, every fragrance that he told me was coming out was right. And so the only two that weren't were Angel Share Parfum, which I forgot somebody asked that question, so I'm sorry. Angel Share Parfum, I have no idea. Just like Ombre Leather Eau de Toilette, I have no idea. He's been right for the last 2 years about everything. And so I wouldn't be surprised. He told me those two fragrances were coming out later this year. So I don't know if that means now, in a month, or if he was wrong in general. I have no idea. And when I say kind of a douche, it was because a lot of reviewers that I talked to have been reading a lot of the articles on his website, and a lot of them are kind of like, instead of actually reviewing the fragrances, they're talking about fragrances that haven't been released yet as if they smelled like this or this or this, and it's always completely wrong. And so he tried to hire me to be a writer for his website, but he was like gonna only pay me $75 like to do all these reviews and take a lot of time out of my day to do that. And I was like, I ain't doing that. And then he tried to, like, every day he would reach out to me, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'm not gonna pre-review fragrances that I don't know anything about. I'm just not doing that. I'll do reviews for you where I'll talk about fragrances that were already released. And then he was like, well, that'll be a lower price. I was like, of course it will. I need to try Moss Breeches, Tobacco Oud, and Plum Japan. Oh, Plum Japonais is fan freaking tastic. That is the best Tom Ford fragrance ever released. Plum Japonais is amazing. That's what made me fall in love with Plum. I only have a freaking decan of it left, and it's evaporating so quickly. I had a bottle. It was one of those 1 ounce bottles, and it got down to the point where it started to leak. So I sprayed the rest of it into a decant, and now I only have like this much left. If you deleted my, on what day of the week does? Haha. I knew it. I knew one of them were coming. But anyway, uh, that sounds like too many of the postings on new free. It's pretty much what it is. It's Fragrantica Rebuild, mixed together with Profumo. That's pretty much what that site is. Anyway, let's get into a fragrance that Mo sent me. This is supposed to be a clone of a fragrance that I have never tried. I tested it one time in a duty-free store at an airport in Washington, D.C., and I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember even if I liked it. And I tested it at the same time with Dior Tobacolor, which again, I honestly have no idea what that smells like now either. But this is Ishq Al Shirak. I honestly don't know how you say that. It's a clone of YSL Baby Cat. Mo, if you're still here, please put the name of it in the chat so that people want to look up. And it's the gold version, not the silver. So I'm going to try that out now. Let's try that on skin. I did not expect that from a clone. It reminds me of Noir Ombre from Issey Miyake because there's a lot of saffron in the opening. And there's vanilla in here, and it has a slightly animalic dark tone to it. Yeah, it reminds me of a mixture between two fragrances. Issey Miyake's opening of Noir Ombre, and then it's starting to dry down very quickly, just like Noir Ombre does, and it's starting to go away from what Noir Ombre smells like. But it has this vanilla tone that is not in Noir Ombre, even though Noir Ombre does have vanilla in it. This vanilla is a little bit softer and darker. It kind of smells like the vanilla from, do I have it? Yeah, I do. I have it here. Imaginary Authors, A Memoir of a Trespasser. It doesn't smell exactly like that fragrance at all. It's the vanilla from it. It has this darker tone mixed together with a dark woods, which is that Gaiac wood that comes in. And it's like a denser woods, not darker woods, denser. But you definitely can smell there's a saffron, vanilla, woody tone to this. If that's what YSL Baby Cat smells like, I'd be very interested to try it, but I would never buy it for $400. I would definitely buy this fragrance though, depending on what the price is, but it smells really nice. Let's see, did Newt put it in there, or did anybody put it in the chat? Yeah, there it is. Latafas Ishq I can't say that, but it is. I'm gonna see what the notes are for it. ISHQ Al Shirak Gold. All right. That's why I'm getting the Ombre Noir vibes, because there is a leather, ambery, warm and spicy saffron mixture. So these are the notes: saffron, caramel, tonka bean, leather, suede, vanilla, amber, and musk. So Ombre Noir, or Noir Ombre from Missy Miyake, is leather, vanilla, musk, a little bit of an animalic tone, suede, saffron. So that's why these do smell very similar. But the only thing that's different is that this vanilla in here is a little bit more dark and deep than what you get in Noir Ombre. And this one, it smells like the vanilla from Memoirs of a Trespasser. I actually really like this. You guys should check this out. I want to see what the price is. Between $26 and $29 on JOMASHOP and $34 and $37 on FragranceNet. So, yeah, this is what the bottle looks like, just so you don't get it confused with the other one. It is the gold. And the main accords are leather, vanilla, powder. I would probably say amber, leather, vanilla, powdery, musky, because to me, I get that amber up top. Yeah, it's a really good scent. Now the leather is coming through a lot. It's not, it's a decent quality too. It's not like I would say this is high quality by any means, but it's not noticeably low quality, if you know what I mean. I thought it was a clone of Rosendo Mateo number 5. Well, I just heard, I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. Let me look. I just know that somebody was saying that it smelled like Baby Cat. And so let's see. Rosendo Mateo number 5. Floral Amber Sensual. See, that doesn't sound like it. Even though it is the number 1 most compared fragrance, it doesn't have a floral tone to it. If you go to Baby Cat is vanilla, warms, fresh, spicy. I would say this is a little bit warmer and deeper than fresh. But maybe it's like a mix between the two, because both of them have high yeses. But Fragrantica, you never know. They both have 14 dislikes and a lot of likes. So that you could be right. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what either of those ones smell like. All I can tell you is what this smells like. And to me, it smells like a mix between Issey Miyake's Noir Ombre mixed together with the vanilla from Memoirs of a Trespasser. Ooh, let me see if... There it is. Memoirs of a Trespasser. Yep, the vanilla in it smells like it. The fragrance doesn't. The vanilla does. Yeah, it's a leather heavy fragrance right now. It's leather and saffron, and then you have, I'm guessing what's going to happen is that leather and saffron is going to slightly go underneath as that vanilla and amber pull up, and then it's going to be closer to Memoirs of a Trespasser with an undertone of that Baby Cat / Noir Ombre scent. It sounds like a really Baby Cat would be really good, but honestly, if this smells even close to Baby Cat, I'd be happy with it. But honestly, I don't need to buy a bottle of this. I will buy it probably for my channel so other people can hear about it. But Issey Miyake's Noir Ombre, I already have that, and it smells very similar to it, so I'm going to stick with it. Number 5 is smokier and denser than Baby Cat. Yeah, see, number 5 says that it's a very florally fragrance, so I don't know. But the clone is really good. Thank you, Mo, for sending it to me. Very, very nice. We are like 3 for 3 so far this video. Was there any other ones that I said I was going to try in this video? I honestly can't remember. We have that one, that one, that one, this one. Oh, we're going to talk about this. I did a video of it the other day, but I haven't talked about it on a live. And Ryan, who is one of my subscribers, he sent me this, along with about 60 other decants, along with a bottle of Abercrombie and Fitch, Fierce Intense. Yeah, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce Intense. He sent me a bottle of that. Um, so this one is Alghabra, or Alghabra, and it is Cuban tobacco. I did a video on it the other day, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. So if you want to see the full video, go check it out. But Cuban tobacco is basically, in a nutshell, if you took a Dior Toba color in the opening, from what I hear, is a very florally scent, so I can understand why people call it a similar fragrance to that. But in the opening, this is a lot of jasmine mixed together with tobacco, and then for about 2 minutes. And then that floral just completely leaves the fragrance, and you're stuck together with almost like a chocolatey Cuban cigar. That is what the fragrance smells like from about 3 or 4 minutes into the fragrance for the rest of the fragrance. And then it has this amber and spice undertone and a slight bit of woods, but it is mostly just a super dry, leafy tobacco that smells like a Cuban cigar if you made it chocolatey flavored. And it's like a dark chocolate, so it's almost like a denser, kind of almost a little bit creamy as well. But it's a beautiful, high quality scent. And if you guys haven't tried Cuban tobacco, at least go to Max Aroma and try out a decan of it. I'm guessing that's where he got this from. That's what their decants are. But Cuban tobacco is high quality, and it's one of the best tobacco scents I've ever tried. Just based on me wearing this 3 times so far, Cuban tobacco is probably my 3rd favorite tobacco scent that I own. It's that good. It's very, very unique, but at the same time, it's hard to be unique if you're a straight tobacco scent. And so this one is what you would think of if you were like in a cigar lounge and you were eating some dark chocolate. That is pretty much what it smells like. And it really interested me. I was going to tell him I hated it for the first 2 minutes, and then I realized that jasmine, which rules the first 2 minutes, completely just dissipates completely off your skin. I don't know where it goes. It's like 1 minute, 2 minute, it's like the main portion of the fragrance, and then after 2 minutes, it's just completely gone. It's not like it dissipates. It is gone 100%. You're making me hungry again, talking about the chocolate. You want to talk about chocolate? We got Montal's Chocolate Greedy. That stuff smells like Cocoa Puffs. That stuff is absolutely amazing. I haven't tried a chocolate fragrance that I liked other than that fragrance. That is straight chocolate. And it is chocolate, vanilla, and something else. And it just blends together, and it smells just like Cocoa Puffs that you didn't put milk on yet. And I don't really love Cocoa Puffs that much. I like the smell of them when you open up the box, and it has a powdery tone to it. But think about it. If you took Cocoa Puffs in your hand, you like broke them into pieces, and it was like almost like dry and powdery, that's kind of what it smells like. It is really good, and you can get it for like $70. If you want to smell like chocolate. I wore it the other day, and my wife is just like, that is amazing. It's one of the most gourmand fragrances out there, but I love it. My favorite part of your videos is when you say, let's get it. I don't even know where that came from. It was one of my first videos, and I still don't like when I say without further ado. I feel like that's like old time, but it was just one of the videos I was like, all right, without further ado, let's get it. Yeah, and then it just stuck. And it only stuck because about a month after I was doing it in every video, not realizing I was doing it in every video, I didn't do it in one of my videos. And a lot of my subscribers like attacked me. They're like, what the fuck? You didn't do your let's get it. And now I feel like my brain is hurting because I didn't get the let's get it today. And I was like, honestly, I didn't think that was even a big thing. I was like, I had like 1,000 subscribers at that point in time. It was hilarious, but I'm glad that people still realize it. It's your talk off now. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I also do the, what's going on, my great smelling dudes. I don't know if I like that one as much, but I mean, it makes sense for the channel. And then at the end, peace. But that's kind of like a universal thing. But anyway, yeah. So this week I am working tomorrow, but I am off Wednesday and Thursday. If you guys don't know, I work in the pharmacy department for a large healthcare organization. I work from home for the most part, but I am off most of this week other than tomorrow. And so I'm probably going to do a live stream sometime during the day on Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So Wednesday and Thursday. So I will make up my live streams here. Also, make sure that if you want to become a channel member and do some giveaways, once we get to 10 subscribers, my first giveaway, I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be a Parfums de Marly fragrance, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But again, don't feel the need. I honestly don't care if you do or not. I'm happy to have you guys as channel members, but Jafar was my first, and I had 3 or 4 more after that, but thank you to Jafar. I appreciate you. Really nice to see when people support the channel. And I'm happy to be back talking with you guys. Like, I see so many familiar names in here. I mean, we have Eddie, we have Deez, we have Sriana, and then we have, obviously, Hamzat and Newt Mo that are always here supporting. We had Ravi, Deez Frags. We had Mike earlier. So, yeah. It's always cool to have the same names in here, seeing you guys, getting to know you guys. I mean, a lot of you guys I talk to off, whether it's on Instagram, text messaging, email, or whatever. So I feel like I know most of you guys, like not all 7,000 or whatever it is, but close. It's her first big girl frag. Ellen, wait, what's the first big girl frag? Reminds me of a chocolatey powdered donut. I can see that too. Just for me, it just immediately hit Cocoa Puffs. Do you guys remember? I don't know if you were part of my channel then, but when I first did my first short, which I'm going to get back to doing shorts, it's just shorts give me a headache. I don't like reviewing something for 10 seconds. I just don't. But I'm going to get back to doing shorts. I did one for Chocolate Greedy where I got out an Elf on the Shelf version of Cocoa Puffs. And I said, have you ever wanted to smell like Cocoa Puffs? Well, now you can. And I pulled my bottle of Montal's Chocolate Greedy out and I sprayed it in the air. And then I started biting the air. I don't know why I did that. It turned out pretty funny. Sorry, Randy, a friend of mine picked up Vanilla Vibes. Oh, whoa. Thank you for saying that, for saying Vanilla Vibes, because I thought you were going to say Vertus Vanilla Oud. But I still need to talk about this, Vertus Vanilla Oud. Hey, Newt, thank you so much, buddy. A big fan of Note with the cow face. He's a good dude. I'm going to have to make an emoji for my channel members to put the thing of Note. Hoffman Virtual Photography, what's going on, bud? 7 of the Days, Ralph's Club, EDP. Still a very mass appealing, pleasant to the nose smell. Anyway, Vertus Vanilla Oud. We had a conversation with Ross and Dedrick the other day about Vertus Vanilla Oud. I like the fragrance a lot, don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm going to be wearing it too much, though, because to me, I have to have one of two things. I have to like the scent, and my wife has to like the scent. I just found out 2 days ago she does not like Vertus Vanilla Oud, even though I thought she did. She said it's just too dense and too strong for her. So I can't wear it very much. But with that said, Vertus Vanilla Oud, this fragrance is exactly what you would think. It's a denser, darker woods where the oud doesn't come off fecal or animalic or anything like that. And it's a very high quality oud mixed together with a very high quality vanilla. You also are going to get other things, a little bit of an aromatic tone, some spice, a little bit of a warmer, soft woods underneath that come together with that oud, especially later in the dry down. But overall, it has a little powdery tone to it as well. To me, it kind of reminds me of the other one that I forgot to talk about, Nishane Ani. I don't know where I'm losing my mind today. I was going to talk about this, and then I broke into conversation with you guys. But anyway, Vertus Vanilla Oud, it's high quality, and it smells great. It kind of reminds me of a couple other fragrances, just a lot higher quality, like Stronger With You Oud reminds me of it. Ombre or Noir Ombre has pieces of it, but doesn't smell like it. But it's a really good fragrance for sure. I just, oh, there's Mo. Welcome to Mo's. Thanks, Mo. Cheers to being back, dude. Just a shame it means dealing with Newt again. Newt just said that he liked the combination of you two, and now you're throwing darts at him. Okay, so anyway, Vertus Vanilla Oud. I've talked about it. I've done a review on it. I just wanted to talk about it again just to you guys because you weren't on the live stream. And if you were, I appreciate it. But the Vertus Vanilla Oud, for me, it's a really good fragrance. Is it in my top 5? No. For them, it is. But I find that fragrance to be a very nice but also slightly situational fragrance that smells really nice. But to me, you also have to like powdery vanilla style fragrances, which you guys know. I've never been a huge fan of powdery vanilla scents like Armani Code Absolute. I don't really like that. Spice Bomb Extreme. I don't really like that. Um, but with that said, it does smell really good. I just can't wear it that much because my wife doesn't like it. Speaking of powdery vanilla scents, Nishane Ani. It kind of smells like if you had powdered sugar. And what are you guys competing? Hamzat, thank you so much. Killer Kamikaze, aka Hamzat, Note and Moo are shill mods. Cam's Bam's #1. Hey, technically you were the first moderator and the first person to talk to me outside of YouTube on my entire channel, so I can't disagree with you. I appreciate you guys though. That's really awesome. Um, My girlfriend said it's too sweet, but I'm still going to wear it. Yeah, I mean, if you like the fragrance, who cares what they have to say? I I have to because if I wear that and I'm working from home and she comes home and that's what she smells, it's just going to be bad altogether. And so I would rather not. So whenever I'm working from home, I will wear it early enough so where it's dried down to the point where she can't smell it way later unless she gives me a hug or something. But at that point in time, it's mostly like softer vanilla woods, 6-7 hours. So it smells really nice at that point in time for her. She just doesn't like the opening few hours when that wood is very heavy and it carries the fragrance. But anyway, Nishane Ani, it is also very powdery vanilla. It's a different style of vanilla. It's a more gourmand style of vanilla than Vertus Vanilla Oud is. This is, Jeff describes it as almost like your grandma mixed together with like her baking cookies. And I don't get that kind of old style vibe from it. But I do have to say, while it smells very nice, there are other fragrances that I like more that do very similar things, like what's in it? Replicas, Whispers in the Library. That one is very similar, but it has a little bit more of a uniqueness and less powdery. But Ani, I mean, it's good. You can get it for like $100. I still think it's nice. It's a little bit more gourmand. It's just there's not much really going on with it outside of that kind of powdery vanilla, a slight bit of spice, a slight bit of woods. It's just a very slight gourmand vanilla scent. And it doesn't do much more than that. If you like vanillas, then you're gonna probably like Ani. And it's hard not to like Ani, at least a little bit, because it's a very simplistic scent. Let's see what he said. I don't even want to. Tell me later what he said. I can't even actually see what he said. What's your sin of the day? Patrick, my sin of the day is something that I did on purpose. I wore it as my sin of the day because I wanted to see how many shitheads would come out of the woodwork today. It is S-Boy. And for any of those shitheads, which 2 of those shitheads decided to join the live stream today, so I'm glad that the shitheads showed up. Welcome, shitheads. S-Boy is a fragrance that I got a year and a half ago when I had 440 subscribers, 450 subscribers. I told them to give me a code for my subscribers since their fragrance is way too expensive, which I don't think you should buy it at that price, even with the discount. But for the people who do want to buy it and that have tried it and like it and want to buy it, you can take my discount and get $35 off that motherfucker because you can. So I wore it today because I enjoy it. I don't love it. I enjoy it. It is a citrus, fresh, yet semi-sweet fragrance, and it's a little bit warm. And so it was good for a 60-degree day, and I wanted to see how many douchebags came out. And you guys showed your face, and I'm really happy that you did because I know who to block now. And that's exactly what happened. I blocked 7 people today. And I'm not that kind of person, but I just wanted to see because it always happens for Blue, Atlas, Atlantis, and S-Boy. They always think that I'm being paid. and I'm not being paid. If I was being paid, you would have saw S-Boy sometime in the last year. You haven't seen it on my channel until today, since last August. So think again, motherfucker. If you like it, who cares? That's my point, Patrick. Who the hell gives a shit? That's what I said to the person. I said, he was like, I really liked your channel, but now I have to unfollow you because you mentioned S-Boy. I said, well, bye, but before you go, can you tell me, is it because I don't like a fragrance, or I like a fragrance you don't like? If that's the reason, that's just, you're a kid. Or is the reason because you think I'm like Curly Fragrance and I'm getting $40,000 to do videos throughout the year and be their spokesperson? Because if that's the case, I'm not. I said I've probably made 30 bucks off that freaking fragrance in the last, like year and a half. And it's like, come on, man. But I like the fragrance, and that's it. Sandy asked me a question earlier, and Sandy was the only one that actually had brains that wasn't just talking about their scent of the day. And I'm not saying anybody else who's talking about their scent of the day, great. You weren't even caring, because to you, I was just what I was wearing that day. And so Sandy asked the question, which made complete sense, if you don't mind me saying, Sandy. But he came in and just said, you know what? I want your honest opinion because I know a lot of these larger reviewers are hyping it up out of control. Is it worth the price? Does it smell that good? I said, honestly, no. I said, it's worth, it's like a high-end designer, but it's not a designer. And it's worth high-quality niche prices. I said, so even with the discount to $219 and then my discount to $194, I still personally wouldn't pay that unless you're obsessed with the fragrance. So I'm giving you guys a code if you are one of those people that want to try it. But Sandy asked the question, I answered, and he said, okay, cool, thank you. Like, I don't understand why more people just can't do that instead of just being trolls and douchebags. Yeah, those three, all genre. That's why if you saw my post for for Gravité, I completely ignored that. I didn't. I think Gravité smells okay. I think it smells good. But so many people were doing that again, where whenever a group of people hype up a fragrance for a short period of time, all of a sudden everybody's paid. And so I stayed away from Gravité completely. I didn't post it as my scent of the day ever. I didn't do anything. I just did the video and bye. That was it. Yeah. Fuckers will be fuckers. That's exactly correct. Did not like Blue Atlas? As is your right, Eddie. If you don't like Blue Atlas Atlantis, you don't have to. I like Blue Atlas Atlantis. My wife wears Blue Atlas Atlantis. It's a unisex fragrance. It's just kind of like cucumber, citrus, like kind of like that cucumber water almost mixed together with a peach and apricot that is just takes over the main fragrance. With that said, it's not going to be for everybody. I enjoy it. Do I wear it all the time? No. But will I wear it during the warmer months? Yeah, I will. Because I think that it's an enjoyable fragrance. Is it in my top 40 fragrances? No, not even close. But is it worth $75 when they have a sale? Yeah, I think it is. I might consider it if a really good offer comes up. Yeah, so Sandy, last year, and twice a year, I think, S-Boy does this sale where it's $160 for a 24-hour period only. And then you can take my $35 and put it on top of that, which will bring that 160 to what, 125. At that price, I would buy it. I think that this is high quality enough and has the resale value to be able to support that price. I said I would pay probably 140 for it. That's the max. 1 million lucky or Invictus Victory Elixir. 1 million lucky for sure. MMA inbred. Very odd name, but I'll take it. 1 million lucky for me. Invictus Victory Elixir, while I got the most compliments in a 2-day period of any fragrance, Invictus Victory Elixir was the one. I think 1 million lucky is the better fragrance overall because it's that plum, plum is one of my favorite notes. Also, you have that honey, the woods. It's sweet, but also not like too feminine or anything like that. and it is super mass appealing. It's a bit more youthful, so it's like, I would say between the ages of like 15 and 40 would be fine, but you can wear it at pretty much any age. It's a good fragrance. But you can't go wrong with either one. They're good across the board. These frags, have you tried? OGO. Okay, sorry, that's not for me. Okay, so Parfums de Marly Habdan. Now that I revisited the dry down, it hasn't changed. It's not one of those fragrances that change. It slightly does in that first half hour period where I was telling you guys, but after that, it didn't change. It's very much just like a apple and saffron fragrance. Spicy, warm, sweet, fruity. Little bit of a florally tone underneath it. It hasn't changed very much. There's just little bits like the saffron and apple pulled up a little bit more while the florally tone went back down. Yo! Hold on. Sorry. How do you feel about CH212 VIP? I went on a cruise this weekend. I'm going on a cruise in February. I just booked it actually and smelled it, and for whatever reason, I can't stop thinking about it. CH212 on VIP, do you mean black? I haven't tried, if there is an original, I haven't tried it, but I've tried the original 212 VIP black. I actually really enjoy that fragrance. I think it's one of the best, if not the best in the line. I don't know if there is a 212 VIP original. I don't know what that is. I haven't smelled it before. But I have tried the black, and that black is really good. Yeah, Habdan is definitely linear. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. There's like a 3-minute period, 4-minute period in the opening that is definitely good. But and definitely different. But after that 3 to 4 minute period, it dries down different. It's very linear. I mean the original VIP. Never tried the black. OG in a silver bottle. Yeah, I haven't tried that either. I also haven't tried that one. It's like a skateboard, but I've tried the black, and I love New York. The black is really good. I love New York is not worth purchasing. Favorite amber fragrance? Niche Grand Soir 100%. It is the best, most natural smelling fragrance that you can have for an amber fragrance, which amber is not natural, but it's the most close to a natural smelling scent that you can get with an amber fragrance. But that amber vanilla lavender mixture is next to none. Grand Soir is by far the amber king. As far as designer is concerned, my favorite amber fragrance is L'Odyssey Noir Ombre. It is a signature amber scent that's built more for transitional seasons, but it's darker. It has a leather saffron accord to it. Then it completely switches into more of this kind of like semi-Vertus Vanilla Oud style scent that is not as dense and woody. So I really enjoy that scent. Do you still enjoy apple brandy on the rocks? Sandy, it is #1 on my list to pick up a full bottle right now. I ran out of my decant that Hamzat sent me last year, and it is my favorite outside of Killing Angel Share, which if you guys don't know already, Angel Share is my favorite niche fragrance. It always has been, always will be. If you want to call me whatever you want because of that, I don't care. Angel Share has got me more compliments than any fragrance that I've ever had in my life. It smells absolutely amazing. Guys and girls alike think that you smell great for the fall and winter, I mean. But apple brandy on the rocks, its kind of twin brother is the same. It's a really good fragrance. It's #1 on my list to pick up right now. It's on Costco for $100 and something, very inexpensive, and it's on JOMASHOP for $168 or $214 for the large. And I'm gonna get the small because I want it to fit with my Angel Share, so I'm gonna get the smaller versions, even though it's almost stupid not to get the bigger versions right now. Have you tried? Wait. So I skipped a few. Vikings are killing it with these screenplays. I forgot the game was on. That's why I did my live stream early. Good to know about the black though. Yeah, love it, Sandy. Do you think Gentleman Boisé is different enough from Blue Noir Parfum to own both? Oh yes, Gentleman Boisé does not smell like Blue Noir Parfum. Blue Noir Parfum more smells like in the same realm as um, Dior Homme Intense, Prada L'Homme Intense. It's more closer to them where the iris is more prevalent. But it's almost like if you took those and mixed it together with a blue fragrance, it has that aromatic spiciness to it. So, no. Gentleman Boisé, to me, doesn't smell like Blue Noir Parfum. I mean, it has that iris, but it's a way dialed down. It has more of this kind of like semi-sweet chocolatey vibe mixed together with almost like a bubblegum style fragrance, some spices and woods all blend together, and then with that gentleman DNA all together, it's the best one in the line. Um, yeah, I don't think there's a reason to get any fragrance in that line. Else, if you haven't tried Boisé, you need to go try it. It's at any Ulta. I know it's at Sephora sometimes too, but any Ulta usually has them. Um, Good to hear you guys have bought apple brandy on the rocks on Saturday. Yeah, it's great. Sandy, you're gonna love it if you haven't got it already. Just got PDM Leighton wearing it today. Which other PDM? PDM Herod is my favorite. If you like tobacco, if you don't like tobacco scents, then probably stay away from it. But it's a moist tobacco mixed together with an ambery undertone, some cinnamon, some honey, almost like a honey, like a cord. And then it's just a beautiful scent overall. There's also other ones, depending on if you want to look for a fresh fragrance. Let me see what you asked. Have you, Angel Share? I think I missed it. Which other PD? Oh, Sedley is a good one for the spring and summer. Percival is a good blue for all year round. Aromatic, citrus, spicy. Um, Sedley is lemon and mint with some sandalwood in there. Habdan, which is what I'm trying today, is good for the fall. It smells like kind of like a candied apple mixed together with a little bit of a florally undertone and saffron. Those are all very good fragrances. Pegasus is a very situational fragrance, but for what it does, it's really good. It's a sweet yet kind of powdery almond. If you like almond, but I wouldn't recommend a blind buy of that one. But anyway, do you think Soldier Boy fragrance is worth a blind buy? I heard it's a niche quality, but not trying to drop 200. Jeff, it is not worth a blind buy. It's also not niche quality. It is high-end designer quality. It is not worth 200. It's not even worth the 194 that I have it at with my code. Um, if you've tried it before and you liked it a lot, then maybe. But if you're going off the bigger reviewers like Gents and Chaos and Curly, they're paid. So what they're saying to you doesn't really count. I think the fragrance is probably worth 150. But it depends on what you look at as to what you're willing to spend on fragrances. For me, I think that's a high-end designer comparable to that of like a Givenchy or Guerlain. It's in that style of realm of how much you should pay for the fragrance. I recently got Gentleman Society. That's some pretty amazing juice. It is good. I forgot Gentleman Society even existed. It's behind my Parfums de Marley's up there. Oh yeah, thank you to all the moderators that suggested Gentleman Boisé. Yeah, Ravi, you were the one. I actually told them that you said thank you. Um, I do usually. If somebody says tell your moderator something, I usually do. What are your thoughts, Sandy? Definitely getting that cedar. What are we talking about? Most worn Zaharoff. My most worn Zaharoff is Signature Tabac, followed very closely, depending on what season it is, by either my decant of Second Soul, which I had a lot of it. I had like 6 of those mini decants of Second Soul that I put together in a 10 milliliter decant. So I wear that a lot. Or Coca Loco. That one was worn a lot this year. That's probably my most worn, but overall, it's Signature Tabac is the best one. Anyone tried Brioni? You tried Brioni. I've tried Brioni EDP Intense. I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was anything I needed to go out and buy right now. But I know that you feel differently. I got the brandy and tea. I still don't know what we're talking about. Sandy, Mo, Rand. There's no Randys. All right. Love Second Soul. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We went way longer live than I thought I would, but I'm happy I did. I wanted to talk to you guys for a while now, so I'm happy that we were able to reconnect. I appreciate to my moderators, all three of you who were doing the $4.99 super chats. It's always welcome, never expected. So thank you guys very much. This week I have a video tomorrow. It's not on this phone, it's on that phone. I recorded it, not edited it yet. It is something about niche fragrances. I honestly don't remember what I did. I recorded it last week. Then I'm going to do my full review of Hawas Habdan. And then if you guys have any other opinions on other fragrances you want me to do, I'd be happy to. I'm also thinking about, what do you guys think about doing top 10 fragrances to wear with a hoodie? Since I wear hoodies all the time, what do you guys think about that idea? Give a thumbs up if it's a good idea, or a thumbs down if it's a bad idea. Top 10 fragrances to wear in a hoodie, or wear on a hoodie. Like if you're wearing a hoodie, yeah, hoodie, like hoodie fragrances. Because that's all. That's like all I wear. If I'm not going somewhere, I am in a hoodie. If I'm going somewhere that doesn't include like talking to people, I'm wearing a hoodie. Awesome, Ravi. Nice. That's number one. We got some thumbs up. We got some peace signs. We got no doubt. All right. Great to see that you're doing so well too. Yeah, I just had the freaking driest mouth in the world right now. You have no idea. I feel like if I looked at myself, I would have the chapped lips for the first time in my entire life. And it's the most annoying thing because I am super clean, and if I have, I haven't had. Me and my wife talked about it yesterday because my daughter gets chapped lips from time to time, and we said, in the 14 years we've been together, have you ever saw me with chapped lips? She goes, not once, not a single time. And now I feel like I'm getting it. Not that you guys give two shits. But anyway, with that said, this week I am going to be selling a few of my fragrances. Not exactly sure which ones they're going to be. If you guys are interested, just you'll see the post. There was some sales, some PDM sales this weekend, but there's nothing else big going on right now. CH Men Privé was on a sale today, but it's gone now apparently. So yeah, your Randy, was Ross Club Elixir a keeper for you? Yes, it was, James. I still have it over there. It's still a really good fragrance. I still think that it is the second best in the line. I prefer the Parfum over all of them. With that said, I've never been an Iris or Oris fan as far as like, you guys know. So there's a theme in the things I don't like. I don't like rose, and that is for a specific reason, and that is because my wife is allergic to about half of rose oil concentrations. With that said, the two things I don't like mainly are powdery vanilla and powdery iris or orris. Any of those, like I can do buttery orris, and that's why I kept the Rose Club, because it's more of a buttery orris. But yeah, Rose Club Elixir is a really good fragrance. I think it's still like an 8 for me. It's nothing 100% special. It's something that my wife does enjoy. So yeah, I think it's a wearable fragrance, but the Parfum is the better smelling of the scent. It's the longest lasting and best projecting, but the Parfum is the best smelling. By the way, speaking of if anyone's interested in a seal, okay, so Mo is selling a sealed H24 Eau de Parfum. I believe he's selling it around $70 and flexible, but don't quote me on that. If you want to get a hold of him, just contact me at my email, and I'll get you guys in touch. It's a good deal for that fragrance because on discounters it even runs $76. So if you are interested in it, he does have that. Spice Mount Infrared EDP work picking up if you have the EDT. I think that the EDP is definitely worth picking up if you have the EDT, because I feel like the EDP is more of a grown-up version of the EDT, where it kind of takes away a little bit of that sweetness, a lot of that cinnamon and that benzoin, and kind of tampers it down as you have a better blend and a higher quality, more mature version of it. While it still smells like it's an infrared flanker, I still think that if you have a collection of like 20 bottles or more, it's something that I would definitely pick up, because it does have a lot of differences. Because it takes away the tobacco, it dials down the cinnamon, it adds in more of this kind of like woods and spice that you don't get in the original one. So I definitely think it is. I care. Carmex. Oh, I'm wearing Aquaphor right now. So that's the reason you don't see any. I feel like I have it, but I'm wearing Aquaphor. I usually wear some kind of Carmex. Like I have a Carmex one over there, but I had to put on Aquaphor today. Um, I would not recommend red tobacco on a hoodie. It's going to stay on the hoodie until you get gray hairs. I have maybe wild and tobacco. Wild and tobacco might be a good hoodie scent. That's the clone of red tobacco. My wife just turned off the TV, and so it's really, really, really quiet in this house right now. Listen to this. Hold on. There's no sounds in my house right now. I'm freaked out. It's almost like the world is ending. Turn the TV back on. Fuck my hip. my Bengals hoodie is tinted, tainted. You know what's crazy? So, pardon my hair. So you guys can see I still have like kind of feverish. I'm like have a little bit of a sweating going on. So my hat, it keeps staining like right here and right there, and I don't know what it's from. It's just random stains on my hat. Like no idea where it's coming from. I don't know why I just told you that, but anyway, so now we're just getting into pointless live streams, which sometimes are the best, but now I just got to go. I got to go get back on to hanging out with my wife, getting my daughter doing her homework, and getting her to bed. So it's not actually sweat stain. I washed my hat. And when I washed my hat, so I don't know, this is what I was going to tell you. So when I washed my hat, it was clean, but it had these marks right here and right here, which looked like they were sweat stains. But then I cleaned them with soap and water, and then the stain moved up to here. And then I cleaned here, and the stain moved up over to here, and then I cleaned here, and the stain moved back to here. I don't understand it. It's like the sweat, like the salt from the sweat after I washed it is like moving around. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Again, I'm going to go live sometime else this week. Hopefully, if you can join, I know it's going to be hard because it's going to be more of a daytime live. I'm thinking it's going to be more along the lines of like 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll probably be on Wednesday. If you guys are interested in that, I'll probably do it that day. Or you can watch it after. But remember, if you want to become a member of the channel, there are giveaways, perks like that. If you don't want to, you don't want to. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I'll be back with another one. Check out the videos tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much. Peace out.